Welcome to DSLR for Dummies. This tutorial will teach you about using DSLR camera for beginners. Let's start with the understanding of DSLR camera control from different sides, although I won't go through all of the detail of every single button. The most important button that all beginners should understand is shutter release for taking the photo, both dial to change the camera for different mode, main and sub-command dial to adjust the setting, and menu button to set all of the important elements of the DSLR camera before you get ready for shooting. Next is understanding further about different shooting modes so you can release yourself from shooting on auto mode. First is mode P or program auto mode. The camera automatically adjusts the aperture and shutter speed for optimal exposure, but the photographer can choose from different combination of aperture and shutter speed that will produce the same exposure. Next is mode S or shutter priority auto mode. In this mode, the photographer chooses the shutter speed and the camera automatically adjusts the aperture for the optimal exposure. In mode A or aperture priority auto mode is similar with the mode S, but in this mode, the photographer chooses the aperture instead of shutter speed, and the camera will adjust the shutter speed for optimal exposure. Last is mode M or manual mode. In this mode, the photographer chooses both aperture and shutter speed, providing the greatest latitude for creative expression. However, choosing the wrong combination could result in photographs that are too bright, overexposed, or too dark, underexposed. Therefore, I recommend using the camera exposure indicator as a guide when choosing aperture and shutter speed. Exposure affects the brightness of image, and there is three main elements that need to be considered when playing around with exposure. It's called the exposure triangle. The three main elements are ISO, aperture, and shutter speed. Most importantly, a change in one element can impact the others. In digital photography, ISO measures the sensitivity of image sensor. The same principle applies as in film photography. The lower ISO, the less sensitive the camera to the light and have less grain. As for the higher ISO, it will have more sensitivity to light and a noisier shot you will get. Aperture is the size of the opening in the lens when the picture is taken. The aperture setting that you set will impact the size of the hole. Larger hole will allow more light to get in and have shallow depth of field. As for the smaller hole, less light will get in and have deeper depth of field. Shutter speed is the amount of time that the shutter is open, and it measured in seconds. The longer shutter open can make the action blur and have brighter image. As for shutter exposure, it can freeze action and have darker image. However, if you are using a shutter speed of 1 out of 16 seconds or less, it's very difficult to use without getting camera shake except you are using a tripod. And now, the last element I'm going to discuss is about white balance. The reason people adjust their white balance is to get the color in your image as accurate as possible. However, most people prefer to set their white balance on auto. This is where the camera makes the best guess on shot-by-shot basis. You'll find it works in many situations, but it's worth venturing out of for trickier lighting.